Imagine spending your entire life asking invisible strangers for permission to be yourself, permission to speak, permission to dream, permission to succeed, permission to exist. And the worst part? Most people never realize they're doing it. They shape their personality around applause. They shrink themselves to avoid criticism. They trade their freedom for acceptance. Then one day they wake up exhausted, not because life is hard, but because pretending is. The Stoics understood something most people never learn. The moment you stop needing approval is the moment you become dangerous, not to others, to every chain that once controlled you. Think back for a moment. How many decisions in your life were truly yours? The clothes you wear, the career you chose, the dreams you abandoned, the opinions you hide. How much of it came from your heart, and how much came from fear? Fear of rejection, fear of judgment, fear of disappointing someone. Most people are not living. They're performing. Every conversation becomes a stage. Every social interaction becomes an audition. Every decision becomes a vote for acceptance. And yet, no amount of approval is ever enough, because approval is like salt water. The more you drink, the thirstier you become. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The opinion of 10,000 men is of no value if none of them know anything about the subject." Yet today, people allow complete strangers to determine their worth. One comment ruins their day. One criticism destroys their confidence. One rejection makes them question everything. But what if there was another way? What if your peace no longer depended on anyone else's approval? What if you could walk through criticism, through rejection, through misunderstanding, and remain completely unshaken? Today, we're going to explore the mindset that makes that possible. And by the end of this video, you may never look at validation the same way again. Lesson 1. The invisible prison. Most prisons don't have bars. They have expectations. From childhood, we're taught a dangerous lesson. Be good. Be liked. Be accepted. And slowly, without realizing it, we begin outsourcing our self-worth. A child draws a picture. Before enjoying it, they look around for approval. A teenager expresses an opinion, then immediately checks if everyone agrees. An adult achieves success, yet still feels empty because someone wasn't impressed. Do you see the pattern? The achievement isn't enough. The validation becomes the reward. And once that happens, your happiness no longer belongs to you. It belongs to the crowd. Here's the tragedy. The crowd changes constantly. What one person praises, another person criticizes. What one group celebrates, another group rejects. So if your identity depends on approval, your identity will always be unstable. The Stoics warned against this because they understood something profound. You cannot control people's opinions, but you can control how much power you give them. And that changes everything. Pause. Ask yourself honestly, who are you trying to impress right now? A parent? An ex? Friends? Strangers online? Who owns your peace? The answer to that question reveals your prison. Lesson 2. People think about you far less than you think. Here's a truth most people don't want to hear. Nobody is thinking about you as much as you think they are. Everyone is busy fighting their own battles, worrying about their own insecurities, thinking about their own problems. Yet countless people spend years trapped inside imaginary judgment. They don't start the business. They don't speak up. They don't pursue their dream because someone might criticize them. Might, not will. Might. Think about how absurd that is. People sacrifice real opportunities to avoid imaginary embarrassment. The Stoics called this suffering twice, once in imagination and once in reality. Most never even reach the second part. They suffer entirely in their minds. Imagine carrying a heavy backpack every day, then discovering it was empty all along. That's what happens when you stop obsessing over what others think. The weight disappears, not because people stopped judging, but because you stopped carrying their judgments. Lesson 3. Approval is an addiction. Approval feels good. That's why it's dangerous. A compliment arrives. You feel powerful. A criticism arrives. You feel broken. Now your emotional state depends on external events. You're no longer steering your own ship. You're drifting. Approval addiction works exactly like any other addiction. At first, a little is enough. Then you need more. More praise. More attention. More recognition. More validation. And eventually, nothing satisfies you, because the problem was never the amount. The problem was dependency. Imagine a king who owns an entire kingdom, yet cannot sleep because one citizen dislikes him. Is he truly powerful, or is he a slave? Many people appear confident, but the moment criticism arrives, their confidence disappears. That wasn't confidence. It was borrowed approval. Real confidence remains when applause leaves the room. Listen carefully. The goal is not to be admired. The goal is to be free. Those are not the same thing. Lesson 4. The day you accept being misunderstood. This is where most people struggle, because everyone wants to be understood. Everyone wants others to see their intentions, their heart, their truth. But life doesn't work that way. Some people will misunderstand you, no matter how kind you are. Some people will dislike you, no matter how respectful you are. Some people will judge you, no matter how much you explain yourself. And when you finally accept this, something remarkable happens. You stop wasting energy defending yourself. You stop trying to control narratives. You stop fighting battles that can never be won. Marcus Aurelius faced criticism from entire empires. Yet he reminded himself, if someone misunderstands you, that belongs to them, not to you. Your responsibility is your character, not their interpretation. This realization is incredibly liberating, because suddenly, you don't need everyone to agree. You don't need everyone to understand. You only need to remain aligned with your values. Lesson 5. Self-respect is stronger than approval. There will come moments in life when you must choose approval or self-respect. You cannot always have both. Sometimes telling the truth costs approval. Sometimes setting boundaries costs approval. Sometimes pursuing your purpose costs approval. Sometimes walking away costs approval. And that's precisely why so many people stay stuck. They choose comfort over integrity, acceptance over authenticity. The Stoics chose differently, because they understood that self-respect compounds. Every time you honor your values, you trust yourself more. Every time you betray your values, you trust yourself less. And eventually, the relationship you have with yourself becomes more important than the relationship you have with anyone else. Because at the end of every day, you must live with you, not them. Think about the last time you betrayed yourself to keep someone happy. Was it worth it? Or did it cost you something deeper? Imagine standing alone. No applause, no validation, no reassurance, no one telling you you're doing the right thing. Just silence. Most people fear that moment, but that moment contains a hidden gift. Because when nobody is cheering, you discover who you really are. When nobody approves, you discover what you truly believe. When nobody supports you, you discover your strength. And this is the mindset shift that changes everything. You do not need permission to become who you are. You never did. Not from your family, not from your friends, not from society, not from strangers. Your life belongs to you. Your path belongs to you. Your purpose belongs to you. The moment you realize that the chains break, suddenly rejection loses its power. Criticism loses its power. Disapproval loses its power. Because your worth is no longer being negotiated. It is no longer up for public vote. It comes from within, and what comes from within cannot be taken from without. The Stoics left us with a simple but powerful lesson. If you spend your life chasing approval, you will always belong to someone else. But when you learn to approve of yourself, you finally belong to yourself. People will judge you. Let them. People will misunderstand you. Let them. People will dislike you. Let them. Your job is not to manage opinions. Your job is to master your mind, because freedom begins the moment you stop asking the world for permission. And perhaps the most powerful realization of all is this. The person whose approval you've been chasing your entire life was never them. It was your own. And the day you finally give it to yourself is the day you become unstoppable. Master this mindset, and you'll never again need anyone's approval.